Well, hello. I want to talk to you today about the Platinum Cool. Now, this is one of the lower cost options that Platinum has. I kind of like it though. Has a little bit of, I won't go as far as say flex in its nib, but it's definitely a softer nib. And I've read that in several places, and my experience kind of bears it out. Don't look for amazing. As far as the appearance, you can see it's just a demonstrator. It's plastic. There's a little bit of design to it. There's this faceted design here, kind of like the Platinum 3776 actually. Then there's this design here. Cartridge converter pen, like I don't know if Platinum has anything else. They have this inner cap, which sort of bizarre looking, but I know why it's there. It's because the inside right there will get all smeared looking. Yeah, let's see if I can show you. Maybe. Okay, now I think is interesting, check that out. That is a clear feed. Now Nathan Tardif may like his ebonite feeds. The pen experts in general seem to like ebonite feeds, but I think the clear is really cool looking. I wouldn't want all my pens or the novelty would wear off, but I kind of like it. In fact, I was looking at somebody else's review of a very expensive pen that I'll never own. I think it was Wall Eversharp, but anyway, it had a ebonite feed, but then it was painted with urushi to be red. I just thought that looks really sharp. But so, pen manufacturers, there's no reason you can't have a red feed made out of plastic. You know, there's a lot of fins up here in the grip section. Obviously, we can't use this as an eyedropper. I always like to do the word flex, even if it's a nail. Would you disagree with me that there's line variation there? Let's check out wetness and flow. Now I'm using Noodler's Upper Ganges Blue, which is sort of an interesting ink. Oops. Right. But let me tell you what did happen. I was originally going to film this review last week, but then as I told you, I installed Trim instead. And what happened is I was using Private Reserve Tanzanite, and that's exactly what happened over and over and over again. It was just quit writing. I think that was the smear test. Whoops. S-M-E-A-R. Wow. Now we'll do our wetness and flow. That's what I get for taking a week off and doing trim. No trouble keeping up. If this pen does have trouble, it's generally when I start writing with it. See, I'm not having trouble. So I don't know what happened there. Of course, some people like to see reverse writing. Oh, there's some more skip. And then I just messed up my R. Yeah, there's some skippage there. I may have spoken too soon. I'd call that a fine. The pen itself is a medium. I just want to address the elephant in the room. Would I buy this pen again? No. I wanted it because I was very curious about its nib. Honestly, I'll never buy it. As far as size, not a tiny pen. It's about a 1/4 inch shorter than the Noodler's Conrad when they're capped. Uncapped, the nib is a bit smaller than the Noodler's Conrad. It's, I don't know what size to make of it, but again, about 1/4 inch shorter. And then posted, about 1/4 inch shorter. So overall, my reaction to this pen is just meh. I don't love it, I don't hate it, it's a pen. I write with it, and that is that. And there it is skipping again. Alright, I'm revising what I said about skipping. I'm going to revise what I just said. This pen skipped all over the place. I kept a count. In just writing that quote, I counted 9 times when it wouldn't start writing. Several of them when I was trying to write down my count. So yeah, I'm going to say this is a Skippy pen. The reason I said this is an interesting ink, because I want to blame the ink, but I don't think it is the ink, is because this ink tends to have a wider line than other inks. It just kind of spreads out more on the paper. Wow, I'm just disappointed by that. So now I'm thinking back and I'm wondering, did it skip before and I just kind of ignored it? I don't know. That's why they say eyewitness testimony and memory are not always reliable. And of course, now that I have just revised my opinion of this pen down, keep this in mind. Whenever you watch a review, good or bad, you're watching that reviewer's opinion of that particular pen. That is not an opinion of a particular model. Now, you watch me and you watch a bunch of other reviewers and we're all complaining about skipping, that's different. We may have found a trend there. If I'm the only one skipping, I either got a bad nib, I got the wrong ink in it, or I live in southwestern North Dakota where we only get 15 inches of rain a year, so it's kind of dry. So, you figure it out. So that's why there's lots of reviews on the internet. So I thank you for watching. I hope it was useful, and we'll see you later.